Welcome back. Welcome back. The only segment we do every single week on this show, Matt's Tiers, the best show on YouTube. It's about 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the best tier list you'll ever see for NBA tiers. I, me, and a group of individuals we gather at the local pub, and we come up with 10 tiers based on how good we think they are as a team, record, everything's into consideration based on obscure categories in the tiers, not just SA and whatever. But let's get right into it. It's week 12.
Well, I just want to throw out there real quick. I am sick today. 101.3. Some would call this a flu game. So
0.3.
0.3.
0.3 is the number you're concerned about.
101.3 because some would call it a flu game. I wouldn't personally. Some would call it a flu game. Just want to throw that out there.
Get well to my brother. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's get into this. As we know, these teams have been eliminated, and I honestly don't think a single one of these teams are ever going to make it back onto the tiers. We had some movers in the past week, but these teams still eliminated. We got the Wizards, the Blazers, the Pistons, the Spurs, and the Hornets. Then we got the trade someone or everyone tier. I think these teams are massively underperforming. The Jazz about where I thought they were, but I still think they need a move. A drastic move. The Hawks and Warriors I thought would be pretty like high play-in, low like 6 seed max for this season, and they're massively underperforming. The Hawks are the 12 seed right now. Warriors I think are the same deal. I think they both need to kind of trade everyone at this point. Just blow it up. That's where I'm at. Then we got too little, too late. Maybe these teams, they're pretty solid. The Grizzlies more so, I feel as though are a good team. I just think they were so bad without Ja, they're not going to be able to make it up. And the Bulls have been playing good ball as of late. I just don't know. Exactly. I just don't think that they're going to be able to make a legitimate push for anything serious. Maybe a play-in spot, but they'll lose in that anyway. We got the magnetic field. These teams are, if you look at a compass, what disrupts them? Magnets. So you're looking at these teams, and I think they're just kind of going around in different directions. Like you don't know what you're going to get any given night. And that's where I'm at with those two, the Rockets and the Nets. Then we got the missing one piece tier. I think these teams are all very good. However, I feel like there's just something missing from each of the team. With the Lakers, I honestly feel like it's coaching. Kind of same thing with the Suns and health. The Raptors, I think they're still in the midst of blowing it all up, and I think that's worked out for them. IQ and RJ Barrett have been balling for the Raptors so far, and I think they've played some really, really good ball since the trade. So Raptors getting some love this week. Then we got mirror on the wall. These teams to me are all the same exact tier. They're the same. They're not the same team, but in the grand scheme of the NBA landscape, as a tier, these teams I think are all the exact same. I think they're first round exits, play in, possible like 6-5 seed, but they're all going to lose in the first round no matter what. That's where I'm at. Maybe the Kings can spark something, but then we got the conference mid. I think these teams are all very good. I just don't think that they're going to be able to really contend for a championship this season. We got the Pelicans, the Cavs, the Knicks, and the Heat. I think all these teams are going to be good. They're going to be a tough out in any series versus any team in the league. However, I think they're still going to be out at some point, whether that's within the first 2 rounds for sure. Then we got the sneaky bad tier. The Bucks were almost moved down to conference mid. Their record is the only thing to me that is holding them above, but I do not like what's going on in Milwaukee. I think their defense, they're a lot like the Pacers, but the difference between them is that they have 2 top 20 players in the league. One is a top 2 in Giannis, who's unbelievable. And their record is pretty good, but as a team, I do not like what I'm seeing from the Bucks. I think they're very, very beatable again. This is the throw your futures tier. For all you gamblers out here, I would not be mad if you threw a future on any single one of these teams. We got the Timberwolves, the Mavs, the Nuggets, the Sixers, and the Clippers. I think all of these teams can win a championship this season. Some obviously more long shots than others. However, these are really, really good teams. And if you want to throw a long shot NBA future, these are the teams to do it. Nuggets, not as much because they're a pretty heavy favorite. I think they're the second best odds, but hey. And then we got Where's Waldo? The Thunder, during the time of last week's episode, beat the Celtics, and I can't put the Celtics above them right now. I think the Celtics are a very good team. However, I don't know if they're better than the Thunder right now, but in the long term, I think the Celtics are better. But based on what I saw, you got to give the Thunder their flowers. They just beat them, and that's Week 12 tiers.
Whoa, slow down, gang. If you're liking this content here, I really appreciate it if you'd like, comment, and subscribe. It's free. It takes 0 seconds. I make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to all the creators I like watching because I know it makes a huge difference for them, just like it makes for us. Stick with us. TOT Faithful, we love you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, and check out more videos.
Thanks, that's not
Nice
available.
job. I love you giving us sneaky bad. Because we can just use that as a waste paper bin. And shout out the Nets for beating the Thunder too.
True, that did happen. That's what happens after a big win versus Celtics. They fall off a couple games. That's just what teams do. It's tough, but that's why the good ones are great. That made no
To
sense.
go down.
But yeah, as you know, Finn and Slim each make one move, and then we get out of here. But you
And
want this?
is Embiid not like having like the best season of any basketball player ever right now?
He's having a very, very good season, no
I saw
doubt. I
some
think
ridiculously stretched out per 48 stat that was like, I forget what it was. I don't want to misquote it.
Well, he also like has barely played in the fourth quarter this season. Like the Sixers, when they play bad teams, they destroy them. Like they blow them out. And he like because he starts sitting the fourth quarter, like just this normal minutes rotation as he starts sitting. So when they're up by 25, like they're good enough to just not have him go back in and still hold the lead, if not expand upon it. And he's like barely played in the fourth and like compared to everyone else. But yeah, he's having an unbelievable season.
Now, I've done this before. Not exactly, but something similar. I'm going to move the Suns into sneaky bad.
Okay.
I'm going to move the Suns into sneaky bad. I was looking at the roster the other day. It is dog shit. It looks like the Nets team that he left. It's unbelievable.
It's worse, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Like when he made that, like I understand there's 3 stars and that was the point, but like it was being talked about like it was a deep team. You know what I'm saying? In
Like a
the
super
moment,
team. Yeah. People were saying that they were like,
dude,
they
that roster is like substantially worse than the Nets team that he left. I don't know. That's just recency bias because I was looking at it a couple days ago and I was like, this is wild. But I want to move the Suns to sneaky bad, dude. I don't think the Suns are a good team at all. I don't think they can defend.
Do you think they're better than the teams above them, though?
That's where it's tough because I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that they could beat all the teams above them in a 7-game series. Probably.
That's a fair point. I don't disagree with that. I think there's one, or I think anyone in conference mid, I think could get them.
But me moving them up to sneaky bad is kind of a double entendre because I'm saying they're bad, but I'm also moving them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I do think they could beat those teams, but I also think they're bad.
Fair enough. Slim, what's your move for the week?
Can you go back
To the top tiers or the lower tiers?
lower tiers? All right, I'm ready. Can you all right, bet.
This one?
I think Sacramento. I feel as if Sacramento is better than every team on the first row.
The conference mid tier?
Yeah, I mean, and it's a tough bout between New Orleans and Miami, but
New Orleans just beat them they were down like 40. But yeah, I had to give New Orleans their respect for I had to put them above the Kings, but
it's just they're a scary sight, honestly. And I think for the long term, because we're getting closer to the trade deadline, All-Star weekend, and then from All-Star weekend is a flow of a different type of ball game because the playoffs are obviously right here. So everybody's trying to secure their spot and push forward for the rest of the season. And I think New Orleans has the players to be dominant, but I don't think that a team like New York, I think they're still figuring it out. Like shout out to OG, but I don't think that as well as Jew is playing, and we know he plays fine during the regular season, but when the postseason comes around, that's where he doesn't show up.
Bricklayer.
Right. So
Certified.
I don't know if Brunson is going to be able to hold them up. Shout out to Quentin Grimes too, really getting the shine that he deserves. But you just lost 2 stars. You know what I'm saying? Of all the people that I would not want to let go of, Quick and RJ were those guys for me. But I think that they're going to thrive in Toronto. Toronto needs to, kind of make some moves. I could see them being in the tier with Golden State, the Hawks, just get rid of Siakam. But that's what I was going to say. I heard, shout out to TOT. Shout out to TOT faithful. We appreciate you. Like, follow, comment, subscribe, show your mom, show your auntie. But I heard that the Kings could be eyeing Siakam.
I think they were eyeing them. I think they pulled out, and for now, like basically, I think they made their final offer, and if
the assets weren't enough.
Yeah, the Raptors said no, but I think they're going to shop around a little bit, see what else they can get for him. And if nothing really comes of it, I think he'll be a King at that point. But I don't know. I also can't really think of any teams that would trade for Siakam that have suitable enough assets. Like maybe Miami, but they've been looking for a scoring guard. So
people are saying they're going to get rid of that new kid. There's no shot they get rid of that kid. That
Jaime Jaquez. Why
no
would you
shot
not?
to get rid of him?
No.
It depends who you're getting. It depends who
they're obsessed with him though. They wouldn't even trade him for LeBron.
They would never.
I saw rumors because obviously I'm a Cavs fan, but I saw rumors that they were like hunting for Donovan Mitchell. So like you would have to give him up in that, I would think. But you never know. The NBA is a weird
conversation for another day.
But yeah. I think with that being said, the Kings have the assets to make such a big trade as being able to acquire Pascal Siakam shows their depth. And that would be trading a lot of players who are key components. I'm not even sure if they would, get rid of Sabonis in that sense. I'm thinking maybe Harrison Barnes, a lot of people who are the function of the Kings. They have a mechanism that works and functions and is properly lubricated and that's because of Mike Brown. Shout out to Mike Brown being one of the best head coaches. You said what, top 5, top 3? But
yeah, he's around there.
I think that definitely puts him over Thibodeau in him. And I don't know what JB is doing with the Cavs, and I'm not sure that their system can compete against Sacramento's. I just think that Sacramento deserves a spot. I'm not gonna go as far as to say, yeah, they're definitely better than the Pelicans or they're definitely better than the Miami Heat, but I think that they have the same function of depth when it comes to their individual squads and how confident they play, and I would say how aggressive they play as well. You know what I'm saying? That's my move, Sacramento.
Yeah, that's a good ass move. I don't hate that at all. But
I wanted to say one thing, Matt.
Yeah, sure.
This is 3 months of Matt's tiers. Like, comment, subscribe.
Facts. But yeah, it's Matt's tiers. Subscribe, turn that bell on so you're notified every Tuesday.
Matt's tiers.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. We clap it up again. Y'all know what it comes down to. Please like, follow, comment, subscribe. Show your mama, show your auntie. I hope you had merry holidays. And
that's the wettest show on YouTube right here.
Peace, guys.